Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Daily Motivation. I don't have my phone with me, so if you give me a shout out, I won't be able to shout you out, but I do appreciate it. Please like, please share, please comment. And again, if I don't shout you out, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because um, I can't see you because I'm on my Zoom call right now. But I have an important message for you. And before I do, I would like to show my angel numbers. Today is episode 247. 247 says, the angels say that all of your prayers are being rewarded. Keep the faith. Man, that's so powerful. The angels say that all of your prayers are being rewarded. Keep the faith. So today I want to talk about why anger is better than depression. See, there's a book called Power versus Force, which is always it's one of the most important books I've ever read. And but I talked to so many people have never read the book. And except a lot of real deep spiritual people I know, a lot of like new age incense meditators have read it, but the average person has not. And I found the book so powerful when I did read it that I want to recommend it to you. And it's a very old book. It's actually a lot of people from The Secret, Jack Canfield, a lot of people took this information from this book and instilled it in their own teachings because that's how deep, powerful it is. And it's all backed by science. And there's a level of energy. So people will say, how do I manifest? How do I use the law of attraction? I tell people the way to use the law of attraction is through your vibration. What are you vibrating at? What is your frequency? And how do you raise your vibration to a higher frequency? So we're all vibrating at all the time, but you have frequency levels. Just like in electric current, just like in your computer, there's levels of frequency, just like in a radio station. And this level of frequency you can adopt. Again, if you're shouting me out, I can't see you, but I appreciate the love. Thank you. And you can raise and lower your level of frequency by how you feel and what you're focusing on. And the levels of depression and self-loathing is actually one of the lowest levels. That's why when people reach to that state and they stay in that state, many people usually take their lives or do something horrific because of that level of depression. So I like to tell people anger is better than depression. So if you're getting depressed, if you're feeling like the world is on your shoulder, when everything is going wrong, it's good to get angry. It's actually better to get angry than feel like the world is on your shoulders and is making you wrong and everything is going wrong. It's actually better to get angry, full of rage. That's the levels I do. But the thing is about rage is you can't stay there. So you have to keep leveling up your level of frequency up into the state of enlightenment, which is the highest state of frequency you can vibrate at. And that's when you're manifesting like there's no tomorrow. Things are just always working out for you because you're hitting a high level of frequency in your vibration. But the only way to do that is to raise your level. So one thing I want to show people here, and again, if you just tuned in, please watch the beginning so you can see the angel numbers. Sorry if I didn't shout you out, is because I don't have my phone on me, but I do appreciate the love. And please like, please share, and please comment. So I want to show you something here on my screen share to kind of give you a visual of what I'm talking about. Kind of give you a quick visual of what I'm talking about. And I will do that in a moment. So here's a diagram of the level of frequencies, Okay. So these are all the levels of frequency that you can operate at. And the lowest level is shame, guilt, apathy, which leads to depression, where you're taking everyone's energy on and you feel hopeless in life. That's depression. And guilt and shame. Shame is like the lowest level. And that's the craziest thing about is we grew up always having adults trying to push on shame. You should feel shameful about this. You should have shame about this. But that's the lowest level. And what they do is because they operate in a level of force. It's a great book. You have to read this thing. But they operate in a level of force. So they use force to try to conquer, to try to have power over you. But as you see the level, and as if you, even your body actually goes into these colors internally. So if you go into an ultraviolet machine and you're in a state of shame, you're vibrating at a red level, very low, low, low level. It's low libido. It's a very low level. But if you raise your level of frequency, the colors change up to indigo or violet, the highest level of enlightenment. And we have ultimate consciousness. When you're consciousness of all these levels, but instead of from the inside out, it's like you're from the outside looking in. You're just the observer, which is a deeper talk we'll could go into another time. But understand, if you're in a level of depression where you're feeling hopeless, getting angry, which is anger, is almost leading you out of the forced mentality, where you're not forced down anymore, where you finally start to realize who you are, is when you get out of the force level. And anger is right there. And then get to pride. Of course, each level you have to uptick because you can't stay at pride. Then pride, they say pride is becomes before the fall. Why? Because pride is a thing where you can't see the corners. It's like a horse with blinders on. You're focused, but you can't see all the things around you. You don't have no awareness when you're stuck in pride. You're just living out of the ego. But once you have pride, at least in yourself, that can lead to courage. Neutrality, which you trust. I love neutrality is the way uwe, the willingness, acceptance, reason, love. Love is one of the highest frequencies you can go. Joy, peace, and then enlightenment. And it was Abraham says, one enlightened person is more powerful than millions who are not. So you want to raise your level of frequency, each level. So wherever you are right now, you might be in a place of grief. You might be in a place of grief. Move up to fear. Move up to the desires. Some people say, hey, man, just to get over my depression, I got to go drink. I got to go do whatever you need to do. I don't mind anyone doing those things as long as you know not to stay there. Whatever you need to do to get out of one level, get out of that level. That's why I say anger is more powerful than depression. Once you get to the anger, you're one step closer to power, true power, the essence within you. When you're vibrating at a high frequency, when you start manifesting things into your life that you wouldn't manifest if you didn't have these high levels of frequencies. Oh, I'm super close right now. Okay, don't know how to back up. Okay, here we go. There I am. All right. So whatever you're feeling, and this is why I thought the book was so important, because it showed you the levels of frequency we all operate on. And I started with many of those. Started with feeling shameful, then guilty, then grieving, just grieving of losing friends, losing opportunities, losing in life. And then it led to depression. But then I kept moving up and up, and I got to anger, and I was so enraged. But that enraged was like, listen, I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not living this way anymore. This is not the way it's supposed to be. And then I got into the ego. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna push harder. I'm gonna go even harder than everybody. Then I got to past force. I wasn't forcing everything. Then I got to high power, when I was just vibrating at a higher frequency, and things started manifesting into my life. This is very powerful. This is a very powerful talk, especially with the climate that we're in now. Many people are feeling hopeless. Many people are feeling depressed. Many people are feeling shameful and guilty, about their own nationality, about their own skin color. People feeling guilty about being a skin color. That's outrageous. So I rather you get to anger, because that's at least steps above feeling guilty and depressed. I know this will help a lot of people. This is a very powerful book. I actually write about this in Destiny on Purpose, of how you raise your level of frequency in order to start manifesting into your life. But you can only do that as you move up the scale. So wherever you are, you know where you are. You might be grieving. You might be prideful. You might be a very prideful person. Good. That's better than being angry. But then start shifting over from the pride into higher enlightenment, willingness, neutrality, love, and of course the highest frequency as the Buddha, the Mohammeds, and the Christ consciousnesses of the world. is enlightenment. And once you reach enlightenment, that's when you start manifesting so quickly. But the crazy thing about it is you stop even wanting to manifest things just for you, because you reach such a high awareness that you want to manifest things for the world. And that's how we change the world. Again, I apologize if I don't shout you out. If you're watching this video now or later, it's because I can't see you. But I do appreciate this talk. And I think it's a good thing. I think I wanted to get through this. And I hopefully you watch this. If you stumble upon this episode, this was meant for you. This is how you get out of our current state. It's not by force and making things happen, but by vibrating at a higher frequency that leads to true power. Love is love. And this is Rich Fontaine. You could agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. Love is love, and I appreciate all of you. Have a blessed and awesome day and a tremendous weekend. Namaste.